let's talk about nouns. So nouns on the surface are pretty simple. We think people, places, things, and I always get tripped up on the ideas, so make sure you include those. But I want to talk about some of the different types of nouns so that you're more aware and able to identify them. So the first pretty basic ones are common nouns and proper nouns. Now common nouns are general items, things like school or girl, while proper nouns are more specific, the actual names of those things. Central High School would be a proper noun, and we can identify proper nouns because we capitalize them. Names of places or locations, things like that. And note that a noun can either be common or proper, it can't be both. The next set of nouns we have are concrete nouns and abstract nouns. Now concrete nouns are those you can experience with the five senses, so things you can actually put your hands on or package up in a box and send somebody. Things like dirt or bacon, right? We have all those things we can put our hands on, we can smell them. But abstract nouns you can't experience with your five senses. They're generally those ideas or concepts, things like war or love. So you can't really package them up in a box and send them to somebody per se. They're abstract. And then again, a noun can either be concrete or abstract. It can't be both. And then our final set, and these are a little bit more difficult to identify, are collective nouns and compound nouns. Now collective nouns are singular groups that have multiple members. Things like a team or a flock, right? They're made up of multiple things, but we treat them as a singular entity. And then we also have compound nouns, where you put two nouns together to represent one thing. Something like a brother-in-law, or even a trash can. So these are things, they can be hyphenated or they can be just two nouns pulled together as well. And again, I've never been anywhere where I've had to actually memorize these exact different types of nouns, but I think being aware of them helps you to identify nouns in general. So let's take a look and see if we can identify those. One big trick I want to clue you into is when you are reading something and you're looking for the nouns, maybe in order to identify subjects or objects, anytime you see an article, a, an, or the, it's a sign that you've got a noun coming closely thereafter. So let's look at this paragraph here and see if we can mark the nouns as we go through, and we'll talk about what kind they are. So we have, I grew up in Illinois and went to Champaign Central High School. All right. I see five capitalized words, two capitalized things in the middle of this sentence. So that clues me in I might have some proper nouns. So Illinois is a state. That's a proper noun. It's also theoretically abstract, because I guess you can't package up Illinois and send it somewhere. And then you've got also Champaign Central High School, another proper noun, the name of a school. Our mascot was the Maroons. So a mascot is a thing, and the Maroons are also a thing. Some people say that a maroon is a bear. So people are obviously people, places, or things. Maroon we have again, and then it's a type of bear, which is an animal. We even had a bear come out at, and this is a tricky one, halftime is one of those compound nouns that's hyphenated, as is football and basketball and games. All right? But more often I've heard that it is just a color. I bet you could find it in a pack, one of those collective nouns of crayons. So hopefully keying you into the different types of nouns has helped you be able to identify them a little bit more.
By two. I can't do this with you two laughing back there.
Work it.
So if we had, no, that's not right, 3 coplanar points.
So have you ever gotten off an airplane?
That should be less than. Yeah. Dang.
Is it like 500 degrees in here or what?
All right, so when you're in chemistry class, you're going to be doing a lot of work. You're going to be starting over.
So as an example, we could consider like you've got a chain hanging from two fixed. Yeah.